Hey, Kris. 5-on-5 play hasn't been a strength of the team for the most part this season, but you had 4 even strength goals against Florida. Can you take anything from that performance, getting those 4 goals even strength that you can take with you into this game and kind of going forward here?
I think the last handful of games we've created a lot more offensively, and I think that wasn't anything to do with our structure or our system. I think it's just a lot more of compete, whether that's getting in on the forecheck, being a little bit faster, breaking up plays so we can spend some time on the offense in those quick strike situations. A lot more rebound situations. We're collecting rebounds for a second opportunity. Not much point of a D-man shooting a puck if we don't have forwards there. And so our forwards have been getting there more, so we've been having some second opportunities. So I think the last handful of games, I think we've worked harder for our chances, and we've had more offensive opportunities, and we got to continue doing that. So we've improved our offensive 5-on-5 play tremendously, I think, in the last 6 or 7 games. But now our defensive game continually needs some improvement, and I've seen things that are going in that direction, but of course we still need more room for improvement.
Bit of a different question, but you're going up against Glenn tonight. When you're going head-to-head with a former assistant coach, do you look at doing anything different, changing things up, knowing that he obviously knows you guys very well?
Yeah, he knows us very well, but when you are coaching against teams that there hasn't been much change to coach personnel or player personnel, that team's pretty much stays the same. You look at Vegas, we know how they play and what to expect just because there hasn't been much change with that group, and they've had success, so they continue to play their style of play. Obviously, Glenn knows our team very well being here, but I don't think there's any drastic things that we change up just because of they're familiar with, the head coach is very familiar with what we do. I think there's a lot of coaches are familiar with what we do just because of how many times we've played against them.
How much can a better stretch of hockey, where overall you're happier with the way the team is playing, help you to just maybe let some lines breathe a little bit, or just let some things sink in? Because if things aren't going well, you're looking for answers and having to move things around. Is that a real benefit, is just letting things breathe a little bit because it's going better?
Yeah, as a coach, you got to be careful how much you're adjusting, and if something's going well, it's better for coaches to just let it play out and let it continue. And as much as a coach would see something and think, maybe if I change up this line, like these two are playing really well, but I think it could be exceptional if I put this third guy on the line, even though it's working really well. That's where the coach has to be careful and not overcoach and just let things play out. And last couple weeks we've been lines have been more regular. Guys have been playing more consistently together, just because we feel more comfortable with knowing what we have with our team. We know what chairs they should be or sitting in, and they should be on first line, second line. Who's got chemistry, and right now it's going to change a little bit more in the future weeks, just with guys coming back from injuries, Kapanen soon, obviously Nuge is coming back soon, that there'll be some change up there. But I think it's important for us just to more hands-off approach and let them play this out. And because right now I like a lot of things where they're going.
There have been a couple of occasions this year where you've, whether it's rolling over a guy for a few shifts or a half a period here or there and such, you've also seen some of these individual performances that were struggling early get better. So there's a certain amount of self-correcting that they do. But what role do you think that has played in kind of helping the group straighten itself out too, having that accountability, that structure, and that expectation?
Yeah, it's a fine line for a coach to, one, not overcoach, but let players make mistakes, because everyone's going to make mistakes. But if you allow too many mistakes or too big of mistakes, then you accountability becomes an issue, not only for that player but for the team. And there's a fine line on being too hard and not hard enough, where you're keeping those guys accountable. So, as a coach, you always want a group of players who want to do the right thing and believe that they're going to try and do the right thing for the success of the team. And if they make mistakes, it's because of circumstances. It's just not from lack of attention or lack of trying to do the right thing. And I think I've been very fortunate to have a group of players that I've had over my time here in Edmonton, that they're committed to winning and doing things right. And but as a coach, you have to step in and hold guys accountable.
Kris, when you look at, you mentioned, you switch up different line combinations. Right now you have Hyman down with Henrique. What's kind of the thought process that goes into when you put him? Is it hoping to get more offense there? Is it an energy line? What kind of is the strategy with Hyman?
Well, Hyman was on that line mostly when we were shorthanded. We played 11-7 for a few games, and it allowed us to have 3 strong lines that each line could contribute. And, we saw some things that we liked, and we just continued going with that. So, do I see Hyman as a regular third line guy? No. He's, previous 50-goal scorer, consistently scores 30 goals. So right now, we kind of saw some traction. We liked what some of the other lines were doing. So he kind of just stayed in that position right now.
And Evan Bouchard, like a lot of guys, had a kind of tough start early in October. Since November's come, he's maybe been your best player. We've seen him at a high level before in the playoffs numerous times. Is his game close to that level? I know the intensity of the whole overall games aren't the same, but are you seeing kind of the high level of Bouchard lately?
Last handful of games, absolutely. I think he's been playing as well as I've ever seen him play. The Florida game, I know he had 3 points. I know the first 2 goals, he made tremendous plays to set those up. Defensively, he's been physical. He's been separating the opposition from the puck and making those plays. So, yes, Evan got off to a slow start. I think this month of November, he could easily be our top player. And right now, this last week, he's even taken it to another level. So what I'm seeing of Evan right now, the way he's playing, is very familiar with what I've seen throughout the previous 2 playoffs.
Kris, you said the Nuge is coming back soon as tonight or as soon as Saturday?
Unfortunately, not that soon. I would anticipate him for the weekend.
Kris, just to confirm, who's your starting goalie tonight?
Skinner.